Well, that was a lot more short-lived than I thought. I only could get one current. The rest is locked behind a big blue barrier. So we're forced to continue. Look at that little pose that she's doing. Looks fucking hyped and ready to go. I wish I'd never... Never mind!
When Y'shtola first arrived in the First, she made swift work of the Cabinet of Curiosity. Her thirst yet unsated, she then journeyed hither, seeking the wisdom of Vronkar. She found little in the way of welcome from the Blessed Tower, however.
Why did I put in tower?
'Twas not until the Great Fire, where she denied the Sin Eaters the Feast of Aether, that she gained their trust. Since then, I have served as liaison twixt Slitherbow and the Crystarium, that she might be kept abreast of the other's effort.
Y'shtola is staring off into the distance, lost in thought. I am not indifferent to Thancred's troubles. Nevertheless, I will not apologize for holding him to higher standards after all these years. He has ever been a man of considerable resolve, and that is what I will continue to expect. Though it heartens me to know that some of us remain ourselves in spite of our current circumstances. I can but imagine how Alice and Alphino have changed since arriving here in the First. Well, change is part of life. We can but hope it's changed for the better. Perhaps you should be concerned with how you have changed. That is honestly what I want to say. I realize I am not as I was on the Source, but I cannot say I regret the decision that allowed me to come this far. Returning to the matter at hand, I really must begin work on deciphering this tablet. In the meantime, perhaps you should take a look about Slitherbow. If there's anything you need, pray speak with Runar at the plaza. I have instructed Runar to help you with anything you should require. Wow. And there he is. Come here.
Welcome, friend. Welcome. My apologies for our less than hospitable greeting earlier. Tell me, what is your name? From where do you hail?
I hail from the same place Matoya did. A.k.a. the Crystarium, I guess.
From the Crystarium. I see. And this tablet you've brought may help us find the Light Warden here in Raktika? Well, you are welcome to stay with us for as long as you need. Come, let me show you around.
Would it be alright if I joined you?
No! Of course! Anything for the guests of our dear Master Matoya.
Thank you. She means a great deal to the Knights Blessed, doesn't she?
If not for her, we may have all perished in the Great Fire. With our priests slain and our home in ruins, we were at the mercy of the Sin Eaters. It was she who drove them back, and with her sage guidance we were able to rebuild. Before long, she became a central figure in our community, a great oak within whose shadow many have come to find solace. That is not to say there were not those hesitant to grant an outsider such authority, myself included. Perhaps it is the smile in her eyes when she speaks of the sunless sea. I feel whole again now that she is with us, and I have no doubt the others feel the same. She is as much part of the Knights Blessed as any of us, and we are grateful for all that she does in service to the Dark. But you did not hear this from me, yes? Now, you should know there are certain customs we ask guests to adhere to so long as they reside within Slitherbow.
To show reverence to the Dark?
In a word, yes. But fear not, it is not too involved. Let us begin with something simple. Follow me.
Alright, let's go. David. And Goliath. Ah, fuck, I meant to. Oh, that's like the second time I've accidentally skipped Minfilia.
Should you see any of our people come to this chamber, they are likely returned from a journey beyond the border of Raktika. We use the water stored here to cleanse ourselves of the light's impurity. A simple and perhaps peculiar custom, but it is one of our most important. Would you two kneel for just a moment that I might rid you of the light's impurity?
We mustn't be rude to our hosts.
I believe that would probably still be the same thing.
Please, this will only take a moment.
You want me to take off my hat first? I'll take that as a no. As Runer lightly sprays you with water, your skin begins to tingle. It burns!
And with that, you have been cleansed of the light's blatant touch. How do you feel?
I feel like you poured acid on me.
I'm not sure, to be honest. Not refreshed exactly, but I do feel different. Has this water been treated in some way?
Water? Only blessed by our priests. They are practiced in the arcane arts. As such, it is said their prayers imbue the water with a faint dark energy.
What the fuck do you mean?
A prickling sensation. No one has ever spoken of such a reaction before.
I wouldn't say it was an unpleasant sensation, but I too felt something strange.
The dark aspect of this water should have no discernible effect. Unless... By the gods! Master Matoya was right. You are sin-eaters! I jest. What you felt was likely no more than the chill of the water. Perhaps now would be a good time for you to acquaint yourself with the people of Slitherborough. For that matter, I must teach you a customary greeting. Alan Tuta. In the language of Ronka, it is one of several ways one might say, good evening. The world is not as safe as it once was, and thus greeting lets us quickly discern friend from foe.
Was there a handshake or gesture we should know too? I would hate to offend anyone.
No, you need not worry. Merely speak the words Alan Tuta, and they will know you as friends of the Blessed. I will await your return here. Now go. They are like to be heartened by your knowledge of our ways.
Okay. With the chat mode and say, enter Alan Tuta to greet the villagers of Slitherborough. It was Slitherborough. Okay.
No need to be shy, my friend. The Blessed are warm and welcoming people.
This ought to be fun. Hello, Elder. Alan Tuta. I am a warrior of light, not dark. Oh, make that a little more, yeah.
The elderly woman smiles warmly. Nice. She has no words, though. Hello.
I've no business with strangers.
Alan Tuda, I come bearing the gift of the light's blessing.
Ah, a newly come traveler. Alan Chissy, and welcome to Slitherbow. You must forgive us if we seem strangely reserved. We are a quiet and taciturn people. Silent and serene as the sunless sea, the quiet makes it easy to discern the presence of eaters and other dangers here in the woods. Tread lightly, friend, and may the shadows keep you.
Poggers!
I once knew twins who had hair just like you. Away with you. Alan Tuda. I swear. I hate the dark. Oh, wait. I hate the darkness. I wish to rid it all with the light's blessing, of which I heavily carry and praise. Alan Chisi, welcome, friend. I take it you will remain in these woods for some time, yes? Beware of these woods. You will find poison in near everything you see. But fear not, our medicinal tea will keep you healthy. Ask and it is yours. You are more than welcome to our medicines, friend. You need only ask.
Wow, these people are all very accommodating for the Warrior of Light, of which I have made plenty sure they all know.
I hope your stroll about Slitherbow proved enlightening.
Everyone was so kind and gracious. I was nervous at first, but already I'm starting to feel at home. There's still much I have to learn about the Knights Blessed, but their faith and strength of will is nothing short of inspiring. I can see now how they built such a thriving community. I can see how they've come to thrive in these woods, even with all the Sin Eaters.
Judging by the glint in Runar's eye, there is more for you to learn about Slitherbow. Ah, you are returned. Very good. No doubt they were glad of your company. It has been too long since we have had visitors. Remember, if you have any questions, or there is anything you need, do not hesitate to ask.
Sure, what do I do with all this light I'm carrying around?
Speaking of which, we must arrange food and lodgings for your stay. As friends of Master Matoya, we cannot ask for payment, but if you would be willing to lend a hand, be my pleasure. I do so much for everyone else, why not? We are fortunate indeed to play host to such generous souls. The task I have in mind is simple enough. All I ask is that you take a jug and water the crops in the square.
May I help too?
Of course. One of you can do the filling and the other the watering. Speak with Ursabel and when you have finished. She will be relieved to hear the crops have been tended to. While you take care of that, I will see to your room and a warm meal.
Right, then I'll fill you the water.
I'll fill you water. I'll fill you the water. Here I go. This was the only jug I could find which was small enough to lift, but I'm afraid there's a crack in the bottom. You'll need to hurry to the garden before all the water leaks out. Take the jug of water to the square before the contents leak out. You will have 45 seconds to complete the task. Should you fail, return to Minphilly and try again. Oh no, did all the water leak out? Here, let me refill it for you. Hop, 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 hop. You've watered half of the plot. Fetch another jug of water to take care of the rest. Okay. Was there enough water for the plot? No, only about half. Only half? I see. Well, let me refill that jug for you. Take another jug of water to the square before the contents leak out. You will have 30 seconds to complete the task. Should you fail, return to Minphilly and try again. The whole plot has now been thoroughly watered. There's a bell. Hi, I watered the plot of land for you. She kinda helped. She got the water. Well met, travelers. I observed you earlier speaking with the others. Have you need of something? I don't know. You watered the crops. My apologies for not noticing sooner. I've been rather distracted of late. Watering the crops was always Todia's duty, but she is no longer with us. We have since taken to sharing the duty, though never with guests. You are most kind. Is there anything else we can do to help? We could plant something if you like. There's no need. The plot is small. It is true. The plot is small, it is true, but it provides us with enough to survive. We ask for no more. You're like, there's like an entire quarter of it that has no food though. I don't know how you manage. Like, what if some of it goes bad in the middle of like doing it though? Have the Blessed not considered leaving? Life would surely be easier somewhere else, almost anywhere else. I can understand why you might say that, but the easiest path is not always the right one. Tell me, do you know our history? How our faith came to be? I kind of heard a couple different people say it. Yes, I believe so. The Knights Blessed was initially formed by those who lost their homes in the wake of the flood. What began as an occasional gathering of survivors eventually grew into a community, which ultimately decided to strike out on its own and rock Tika, Greatwood. I see you have read your history. But there is a history that is told and one that is lived. Like so many in those times, the first of the Knights Blessed lost everything. Their homes, their loved ones, all they held dear. To make matters worse, none could say what became of the souls of those lost to the flood when their bodies were born as sin eaters. The people were without answers, without hope. Their gods have drowned along with everything else. Having drowned, it seemed that nothing was beyond the reach of their light. But soon they realized that where there is light, there must be darkness. And in that truth they found new faith, a belief that the souls of the departed could yet find peace beyond those burning skies in the sunless sea above. That is why we pray for the safe passage of wayward souls unto that blessed black abyss, for the return of the night, that we might someday look upon the kingdom of heaven with our own eyes. We remain in these woods for the selfsame reason our founders first chose them, that we may lead lives of simplicity, that the shade of these trees with the shade of these trees as a constant reminder of our faith. So many seeking paradise in Yulmore, it's refreshing to find people who value a humbler existence. You are kind to say so. Many consider our way of life foolish, and so it must seem to those who yet cling to their worldly possession. In times such as these, when everything can be taken away in an instant, it is all too easy to lose sight of why we are fighting, of why we fight to go on living. It is not to hold fast to material things, but to hold those who went before us in our hearts, to keep alive the legacy that they left us. This we must do for them, our children, and generations yet unborn.
To keep their legacy alive.
Oh my goodness, you're thinking too much. Stop.
People from all walks of life are welcome among the Knights Blessed. Our faith in the dark is infinitely greater than the sum of our differences.